Okay, so welcome to the second project for Word 2019. I have the project instructions printed, so I'm just going to follow along with those as they're printed. You can either split your screen or toggle back and forth, which I've showed in an earlier video. So you can head back to my YouTube channel to check that out if you want to. So the first step is always to make sure that you save this as an _2. So we go File, Save As, and we just make sure that that saves as A2. Save. I already had one downloaded, so that's why that's showing up for me. Alright, so step 1. You are writing a research paper for your marketing principles class. The topic of the paper is generational marketing. You must write the paper in the MLA style and include suggestions from your professor. Start by changing the citations and bibliography style of the document to MLA. So for this one, you're going to spend most of your time in the References tab. So you want to change it, right now it's an APA style, so we're going to click and we're going to change that to MLA. Step 2, to conform to MLA guidelines, modify the normal style as follows. So your normal style is back on your Home tab, right here. A, change the normal style to Times New Roman. So we need to modify it, so we're going to right click on Normal and choose Modify, and they want us to change it to Times New Roman. So right now it's Calibri Body. Change that to Times New Roman. B, change the normal font size to 12. C, change the normal style line spacing to double with no blank space after. So this is single, this is 1.5, this is double. So I click double here, and you'll see line spacing double. After right now is 8 points, so I'm just going to choose this right here to decrease the space after to 2. Down to none to match what it says there, no blank space after. Okay, perfect. So now step 3 says to apply the modified normal style to the first 4 paragraphs in the document. So from Lee down to 2021. So I'm going to select those and click normal. If you noticed before, they were in heading 2. So we're going to select normal to change them from heading 2 style to normal. Step 4, center the title paragraph, generational marketing. Okay, so I've just clicked inside here, and I'm going to go up to center. Okay, so step 5, insert a header as follows. So we're going to go to the Insert tab, Header, and it says insert a blank, and blank is capitalized, so that's a built-in header here. And it says to right align that, so we're going to go to Home and we're going to right align because right now it's left aligned. And we're going to enter BAO, insert a space, and then a PLE number, page number from the current position gallery. So I'm going to go back to my header and footer tools, and I'm going to go to page number. And it says from the current position gallery, I'm going to choose plain number, just the first one. Okay, so you get your page number shown up there, and on page 2 you'll see changes to 2. So D, close header and footer tools. Step 6, create a first line indent of 0.5 for the body paragraphs beginning with when, here, and ending with ebooks and articles, so the end. So I'll highlight all of them and I'll go to my drop down for paragraph group. And I'm going to make it a 0.5 first line. So here's my indentation group, special first line, 0.5 is the default. So I'm just going to click OK. Step 7, respond to the comment from your professor, Nancy Takai, in the first body paragraph as follows. So A, read the comment, then delete it. So here it is, I'm reading it. So now I'm going to go up to Review and click Delete to delete that comment. B, before the period in the sentence, these groups include, so that's the one that's highlighted here, right before the period, insert a citation to a new source using the information shown in Figure 1. Okay, so you'll see that on your instructions there. We're going to go to References, Insert Citation. There's a couple already in here, but they want you to add new source. and its website. It's a corporate author, Pew Research Center. Oops, I have caps lock turned on by accident there. Okay, so Pew Research Center shows up. Step 8, insert a citation to an existing Chastfield source before the period at the end of the sentence, campaign designer's segment. So campaign designer's segment is here in the second body paragraph, so you're going to go to the end there just before the period, and you're going to insert a citation to an existing Chastfield source. So just click on it, and it is in there. Step 9, in the same sentence, use the thesaurus to replace the word customize with a less formal synonym that starts with the letter T. Okay, so in the same sentence, I'll go to review, choose thesaurus, and a less formal one would be starting with a T, so I just, instead of just clicking on it, you'll notice that it doesn't change it. You would need to click on the little drop down arrow here and say insert, and then it replaces customize with Taylor. Step 10, in the fourth body paragraph, find the RISR citation and then edit the source to use to as the day accessed. So that's this one here. Here's the RISR, and we need to edit the source. So I'm going to right click, edit source, and I need to change the day accessed to 2. Okay. Step 11, in the same paragraph before the period at the end of the sentence, another similarity and white papers right there. Insert a citation to a new source. Okay, so we're going to go back to our references tab, insert citation down to add new source. This one is an article in a periodical. Oops. It's just one person, not a corporate author. So Rivera, Pedro. My 0 doesn't like to work all the time. Okay. All right, Rivera's in there. Okay, so step 12, edit the Vance citation in the 5th paragraph to add 14 as the page number. So I'll go down and find Vance. Here it is. So we want to edit the citation, not the source. We just edited the source in the last step. So we're going to go edit citation, and all that comes up here is the page number, and they ask you to put in 14. So it tells you then exactly. Usually you use that when you're citing specifically, making a specific citation to a direct quotation. So I'm taking word for word from something. I need to have a direct quotation, so I need to tell what page number that came from. Whereas if I'm just referencing something, just generally referencing, paraphrasing what somebody else said, I don't need to have a direct page number in there. Okay, so step 13, to provide additional information at the end of the 5th paragraph, move the insertion point immediately after the period at the end of the in the sentence, the least favorite. So that's this one. That's the last one. So it says put it after the period. And you're going to insert a footnote. So footnotes go after the period here. Citation goes just before. So we're going to go up on our reference tab. We're already here. We're going to insert a footnote. And you'll notice what happens is you get a little 1 show up here, and you get to type your text in down at the foot of the page. So you need to write in, these ads include banner and display ads, and a period. Step 14, modify the footnote text style by changing its font size to 12, line spacing to double, and indentation to a 0.5 first line indent. So to change the footnote style, you'll notice on the home, there's no footnote here. So you're going to need to right-click down here in your footnote, and you're going to go to Style, and we're going to modify our style. And they want you to have 12 points. So we're going to go 12, and it says double line spacing, so we found out earlier this is double. And they want you to do a first line indent. You don't see indentation. This is a full left indent, meaning the whole side of the page would move in, which is not what we want. We want a first line. So the very first line of a paragraph would move in. To do that, we need to go to Format, and it's found in the paragraph group up here. Remember when we went here and did our first line indent earlier in this project? So we're going to have to choose our paragraph group here. And the same box pops up. So you get your special, that's where you find first line, and it's wanting a 0.5, which is the default. So you can just click OK. And OK here. And apply. And then it makes it 12 and gives it a first line indent there. Step 15, in the main body of the document, find all instances of the text customers and replace it with consumers to use the more appropriate term for this paper. So you're going to use a find and replace tool. So that is in our home tab, which is where we are. We're going to go up to replace, and we're going to type in customers. And we're going to replace that with consumers. And it says find all instances, so we're going to do replace all. All done. We've made 0 replacements. Okay. I'm glad I made this mistake because this happens often to students as well. What I did was I did my next step, my find and replace, while I still had my insertion point down here. So all it did was it searched for customers and consumers in this little part right here. So I'm going to need to close that. I'm going to need to click into the body of my page and do that again. Customers, consumers, replace all. There we go. We got our replacements done. All right. Step 16, on page 2, read the remaining comment from Nancy to Kai and then reply to it with the following text, thanks. So this is hers. We're going to reply and say, thanks, exclamation mark. Step 17, modify the works cited paragraph. That's this one right here. As follows to match the MLA style. So move the insertion point to the beginning of the works cited paragraph, so in front of it, and then insert a manual page break. So insert, page break. B, center the works cited paragraph. So we'll go back to home and center. Step 18, move the insertion point to the left aligned blank paragraph at the end of the document. You can see if your formatting marks are turned on, you got a paragraph right here. Use the insert bibliography command to insert a list of sources without a built-in heading. So we're going to go to our references tab. We're going to go to the bibliography down here. And these are built-in headings. They don't want you to use a built-in heading. They said just use the insert bibliography tool. Step 19, in the bibliography, the year is missing from the Schwabel source. So find the Schwabel source in the body of the document and edit it to provide 2020 as the year. Okay, so you can look up through and find Schwabel in their body of your document. Here it is here, and you can right click and edit source this way. Or you can also go up to manage sources and find Schwabel here and edit it this way. So there's 2 different ways you can do it. And they want you to put 2020 as the year. And close. Step 20, update the bibliography field so that the works cited list reflects the edit you made to the Schwabel source. So right now, Schwabel doesn't have 2020 in it because it's not reflecting the change we just made. So we're going to right click down here and we're going to just update field. Now you'll see 2020 popping in there. Oops. Step 21, check the spelling and grammar in the document to edit and correct any spelling mistakes. So we're going to go home, and that's going to look like spelling and grammar on some people's versions of Word, and others it's going to look like editor. So here's our spelling and grammar here. They're telling me we've got a spelling mistake. online. So I'm going to click here, change that, and change that. Okay. It says hint to ignore names, but no names popped up on this one as being spelled wrong. So we got lucky there. So that's step 21. We're all finished. Make sure that you, again, have your name changed to _2 for Sam's grading. And we'll catch you on the third project. Thanks.